A weather impact alert is in effect with the threat of strong to severe thunderstorms across portions of West Texas. So for the Permian Basin, it's going to be between around 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Big Country, Concho Valley, Abilene, San Angelo, down into near portions of the heartland between around 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. today with the threat of large to possibly even very large hail. Some gusty winds excessive of 60, possibly even 70 miles per hour, especially into the strongest storms. And even we can't rule out a few isolated tornadoes and maybe even an isolated strong one, mostly into those kind of isolated thunderstorms that we could see today. And even with fire weather concerns off into our west. So we have a spread of weather impacts across West Texas today. So make sure you stay updated throughout the majority of the day. Go ahead and check your apps and check your phone and make sure you have those multiple ways to receive those weather alerts. And one way you can do that is by downloading our News West 9 Plus app. First things first, super quick. We have wind advisories for our western counties today. It's just going to overall be a very breezy day today. In addition, on top of the storms, wind advisories for wind gusts between around 40 to 50 miles an hour between around 1 p.m. today into around early tomorrow morning, alongside a high wind warnings for the Guadalupe Mountains with winds excessive over 60 miles an hour. With the storm threat, we have a lot of different modes, but the main corridor of at least where we're going to see the better opportunity of some strong storms today is into this level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. And that's where I do anticipate we could see more of the opportunity of a bit more of that all hazard threat. And it does fall off the further west that you go. And with that, that's also the same thing when it comes to the rainfall coverage. The farther west that you go, I'm not expecting severe weather, but mostly kind of along into this little corridor right here. We'll see that difference of that dry line between the dry and moisture, where the bunch of the moisture is mostly going to be in towards portions of the Big Country, Concho Valley, down into the eastern Permian Basin. That's why I have that higher coverage of storms that are likely going to be expected. So here's the timeline with it. We'll have a few isolated showers for the morning hours, at least when it comes to storm coverage between, I think, after 4 p.m. That's when we'll really be able to see a better opportunity of these storms trying to pack a punch. And at least throughout much of the night, I think really after 2 a.m., coverage is going to slowly decrease and push more so off and towards the east. So let's go ahead and track it with time. This is going to be around Tuesday, 12 p.m. We'll already start with some breezy conditions, gusting up to near 30 into the Permian Basin. But just pay attention to these few isolated storms. These are going to be the storms we're going to be watching for maybe a bit more of that possible tornado potential, as well with those kind of isolated supercells. But again, it's going to be isolated, a little bit kind of scattered like this. We're going to see that push more so often towards the east. This is where our dry line is slowly going to be setting up. So I think for areas Midland, Odessa, it might be hard for us to get a storm today. But I do anticipate with this will turn more into clustering into the Big Country, Concho Valley. And at this point, this is when it's more of a predominantly wind threat, even some isolated large hail. This is taking you to around 10 p.m. That line is going to keep pushing more so often to the east. And this will just be more just general showers and thunderstorms. And all of us are going to be remaining dry throughout the much of our Wednesday. So it's going to be an active day of weather. So make sure you have those multiple days to be able to receive those weather alerts. For the majority of us, it is just rather going to be breezy, especially the more west that you go, with temperatures into the 70s and even some 80s today across much of West Texas, even into the Big Country and Concho Valley as well. So we do have the weather impact alert heading towards your evening into around those very, very early morning hours for the Big Country, Concho Valley by around that 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. mark. And then heading into Wednesday, no rain is going to be expected. It's just going to be a rather breezy day across the board, as temperatures will be able to cool down with the cool fronts. But if you want more of that opportunity to go to a splash pad, I would wait for the weekend with temperatures back into the 80s and 90s. Victor?